Now we go ahead. We've got reading passage 2, and first of all we see the title. Why being bored is stimulating and useful. You know, you get bored, you feel bored, like many of you are feeling bored now in the class, right? Because we have a reading class, that's why. So why being bored is stimulating, right? I mean, being bored is a positive thing. When you feel bored, then you want to do something. So they say and useful. So being bored is useful. Next subtitle. This most common of emotions. Boredom is an emotion. This most common of emotions is turning out to be more interesting than we thought. So being bored is interesting and it is stimulating and all that. So this is the passage. First questions are list of headings. Questions 14 to 19. After that, on next questions 20 to 23, it is called matching. And questions 24 to 26, they are summary completion. So where should we start from? Summary completion. After that, we can do matching. And finally, we will go back to list of headings. This is the best one. But if you start with list of headings will eat all your time and you will have no time. Sorry? Because questions and answers are in order. And we can find all the answers in one paragraph. Next, we have matching. Matching is also type A. Questions and answers are in order. And then we will do list of headings because their questions and answers are random. That is why, okay? Now, responses to boredom. For John Eastwood. Look for John Eastwood in the passage. Go back, search John Eastwood in the passage. Okay, passage C, second paragraph, and we can see the word John Eastwood, okay? All right, just see if there is another mention of John Eastwood. Search again. Any other mention of John Eastwood? Central feature of boredom is people cannot something. Okay, it is there, next paragraph. So this is the location of your answer. It means you will find all the answers from here onwards. Now we read the question carefully. For John Eastwood, I'm reading question number 24. For John Eastwood, central feature of boredom is that people cannot dash. Now for cannot, they commonly use the word people are unable. Inability, cannot, unable, inability, dash, due to failure in what he calls attention system. Now you may look for the word attention system and there we will find the answer. Attention system. Next page, second line, we have the word attention system. Got it? Now I'm reading second page, first paragraph after full stop. For Eastwood, the central feature of boredom is a failure to put our attention system into gear. This causes an inability to focus. Inability to focus means people cannot focus. Inability and cannot, they are synonyms. So correct answer for question number 24 is focus. Chocus, focus. Yeah. Now we read on. His team suggests. Afterwards, they will talk about his team also. His team suggests that, I'm reading question number 25. His team suggests that those for whom dash is an important aim in life. Now, what is an important aim in life? His team. Look for the word team. Team. Okay, paragraph E. Everyone, please come to paragraph E. And I'm going to read it from second line after full stop. Boredom, proneness. Found it? Paragraph E, second line after full stop. Boredom proneness has been linked with a variety of traits. People who are motivated by pleasure seem to suffer particularly badly. People who are motivated by pleasure seem to suffer particularly badly. Now what does it mean? His team suggests that those for whom dash is an important aim in life may have problems in coping with boredom. So what is the answer? Dash is an important aim in life. Good. People who are motivated by pleasure. Now, people who are motivated by pleasure means people who have pleasure as an important aim in life suffer particularly badly. So, for question number 25, correct answer is pleasure. Okay, for whom pleasure is an important aim, and for that people who are motivated by pleasure. When you are motivated by something, that is an important aim in your life. Okay, let's read on. Pleasure is an important aim in life, may have problems in coping with boredom, whereas those who have the characteristic of dash can generally cope with it. Characteristic of something. We go back, same paragraph. We read after pleasure. Next line. Paragraph E for elephant, fourth line after full stop. Other personality traits. Found it? Okay. Other personality traits. Personality traits means characteristics. Other personality traits such as curiosity are associated with a high boredom threshold. So what is that personality trait? Curiosity. That's right. Correct answer is curiosity. Like, you know, the jassus. That is what we call curiosity. So for question number 26, characteristics of, and for characteristics of, they use the word personality trait. Trait or characteristics, they are clue word, they are synonyms actually. So correct answer for that is curiosity, and we have answered 3 questions. Now we move ahead. Okay, let's go on to questions 20 to 23. Look at the following people. We have people question number 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, and these people in the passage will be in order. Okay. Now, what are you going to do? First, you will find Peter Toy, and you see what is his statement. Then you will come back to list of ideas, and you will find the right idea. So let's go back. Peter Toy. Look for Peter Toy. Well done. First paragraph, fourth last line. Found it? Everybody, title page, first paragraph, fourth last line. Peter Toy at the University of Calgary, Canada. Who is going to Canada? Good. So you'll go there, huh? You can see him there. Say my hello to Peter Toy. Anyways, Peter Toy at the University of Calgary, Canada compares it to disgust, an emotion that motivates us to stay away from a certain situation. You know, when something is disgusting, we stay away from that. Now, it says, now what is his statement? And remember, look here. Whenever you are looking for the statements of scientists, 2 to 3 rules are important. Rule number 1, inverted commas. Statements are usually in inverted commas. Rule number 2, they will say Peter says, Peter highlights, people asserts, okay? Peter describes, says, tells. Now over here we have inverted commas. So we read this statement and we can find the answer easily. Now please follow me. Paragraph A, third last line after full stop. If disgust protects human from infection, boredom may protect them from infectious social situations, he suggests. Now you need to keep this in mind. If disgust protects human from infection, something is disgusting. For example, you are eating bread and the bread is smelling badly. Will you eat that? Who said yes? No, you will not eat that, okay? So that is something positive. It will save you from infection. Boredom may protect them from infectious social situations, right? So now let's go back. Yeah, let's see. First we will read A. Way we live today may encourage boredom. Way we live today means our present lifestyle encourages boredom. No. Option B, one sort of boredom is worse than all the others. In one paragraph, they will talk about 2 to 3 types of boredom. So one type is worse than others. Have they mentioned here? No. Option C, levels of boredom may fall in the future. There is no mention that boredom level will fall in the future. Option D, trying to cope with boredom can increase its negative effects. No. Option E, boredom may encourage us to avoid an unpleasant experience, and for that he says boredom may protect. Protect means For protect, they use the word encourage us to avoid, right? And what is the word for unpleasant experience? Infectious social situation. So correct answer for question number 20 is option E, and we will not use E second time. One option will be used once only. Next is Thomas Goetz. Now let's go back and we look for Thomas. Okay, Thomas is in paragraph B, and you can see in the beginning they talked about him. Now we are going to see where do we have his statement. Okay, so please follow me. Paragraph B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, 6th line. After comma, Goetz has found. Mil gaya? Okay, now let's read from there. Goetz has found that while people experience all kind of boredom, they tend to specialize in one. He's talking about kinds of boredom. Come back. Which option? One sort of boredom is worse than all the others. Very good. So for question number 21, correct answer is B, and we will not use B again. You can put a little cross on letter B. We are not going to use it again. Question number 22, John Eastwood. Now look for John Eastwood. John Eastwood. Okay, John Eastwood is there in paragraph C. Okay, John Eastwood. All right, so John Eastwood is given twice. Please come to second page, first paragraph, and they say for Eastwood. And we found one answer there already, okay? Now please follow me, second page, first paragraph, third line after full stop. What's more? Found it? And I told you inverted commas are important. What's more, your efforts to improve the situation can end up making you feel worse. People try to connect with the world, and if they are not successful, there is that frustration and irritability, he says, perhaps most worryingly. Okay, now let's go back. People try to connect with the world, and as they are not successful, there is more frustration and irritability. So, correct answer is people try to cope up with stress. Option D for doctor. Trying to cope up with boredom can increase its negative effects. Now tell me, what is the wording for negative effects? Exactly, negative effect is frustration and irritability. These are negative effects. So for question number 22, correct answer is D. And you will cross D from the list as well. Yes. Okay, you just have to see what is his own statement. Where is that? Where is that? Okay, C paragraph. Okay, it's paragraph D actually. It's not C. It's paragraph D. And there they say John Eastwood. Okay, then they are saying, he says, in my view, by definition, boredom is an undesirable state. Now listen, there may be 3 to 4 statements of the same person, right? But you have to say, okay, you may go through all these statements and then you can see which is going to be the most appropriate one. Sometimes there can be more than 2 statements, more than 3 statements by one person. So in that case, you will read all 3 statements and then you will come to questions. Okay? Yeah. Absolutely. That is the real thing. Yeah, all the statements will not match. Okay. Well, heroes always come late to the class. Yeah, shall we clap for you? Your only purpose to be in Lahore is IELTS. And you've missed more than half of the class. Okay, now we go on. Next we have Francois Wimelsfelder. Okay, Francois Wimelsfelder. He's French, I think. So let's go back, look for Francois. Last paragraph. Okay, now we see. What does he say? Psychologist Francois speculates that our over-connected lifestyle might even be a new source of boredom in modern human society. Does it ring a bell? In modern human society. What is that? Today, at present. So, A, the way we live today may encourage Boredom. For that they say in modern human society there is a lot of overstimulation but still a lot of problems finding meaning. And before that speculates that our overconnected lifestyle might even be a new source of boredom in modern human society. And modern human society goes for way we live today that encourages boredom. Question number 23, correct answer is A for that. All right, now we are done with all these questions. So finally, we have to come back to list of headings. And when we have list of headings, we are going to just read headings first. And then after that, we will skim read the passage, the paragraph, and then we'll see which heading is going to match. Now, headings are made on certain ideas. And I'll tell you, when you read a heading, this is what I call interpreting the heading. When you read a heading, you should know what kind of information you have to find in the passage. For example, heading number 1, productive outcomes that may result from boredom. So you can just underline productive outcomes. Productive outcomes, like boredom may lead to something positive. Productive outcomes that may lead to boredom. Next, heading number 2, what teachers can do to prevent boredom. Teachers, for that they may use the word lecturers, professors, teachers, okay, prevent boredom. Now underline teachers, prevent boredom. Heading number 3, new explanation, new cure for boredom. There will be new explanation, means new theory about boredom, and new cure, how to treat it. Problems with scientific approach to boredom. Now there will be a scientific approach to boredom, and what are the problems with that scientific approach. Heading number 5, potential danger arising from boredom. So danger arising from boredom. For example, in one paragraph they say people who feel bored, they may commit suicide. They may jump out of the window or anything like that. So that is potential danger. Means people who feel bored, they can harm themselves. Heading number 6, creating system of classification for feelings of boredom. If you remember, types of boredom. In one paragraph, when they talk about classification for feelings of boredom, one type of boredom, another type of boredom, and all that. I guess we read it in paragraph B. Okay, we'll come back to it. Let's go on. Heading number 7, age groups most affected by boredom. We will look for a paragraph, old people, children, teenagers. Age group most affected by boredom. And heading number 8, identifying those means people, identifying those most affected by boredom. Most affected, for example, women, for example, homemaker, children, teenagers. So examples of those, identifying those which are more affected by boredom. Now we've got 6 questions and there are 6 paragraphs which we will have to skim read. Okay, let's come to paragraph A. All right, skim read. Now what is skim read? Skim read means to read quickly. When you skim read, you skip also. For example, you read a line and next line is connected to the previous line. So you skip that line, then you read another line and you need to see what is the paragraph all about. For example, we all know how it feels. It is impossible to keep your mind on anything. Time stretches out and all the things you could do seem equally unlikely to make you feel better. But defining boredom so that it can be studied in the lab has proved difficult. Find a heading for this sentence. Defining boredom so that it can be studied in the lab has proved difficult. Scientific approach to boredom and the difficulties. Heading number 4, problems with the scientific approach. For scientific approach, he used the word in the lab. And for problems, he used the word difficult. So, question number 14, paragraph A, correct answer is heading number 4. And you're going to cross number 4 also. And you will write your answer using Roman number, IV. Okay, whenever there is list of headings in paper delivered IELTS, you will write IV for that. Okay, now we go on and we've got the next one. Paragraph B. By asking people about their experience of boredom, Thomas Coates and his team at the University of this identify 5 distinct types. Now 5 types of boredom: indifferent, calibrating, searching, reactant, apathetic. So 5 types of boredom. Which heading? Heading number 6. Exactly. That is creating a system of classification. For classification, they use the word types of boredom, kinds of boredom. So correct answer for question number 15 is heading number 6, and we will cross 6 from the list as well. Okay, let's go on. Paragraph C. Psychologist Sandy Mann at the University of Central Lancashire, UK, goes further. All emotions are there for a reason, including boredom. What does it mean? Means boredom is positive. All emotions are there for a reason, including boredom. She says Mann has found that being bored makes us more creative. Positive outcome of being bored. Now tell me which heading? First, productive outcomes that may result from boredom. And what is the word for productive outcome? Creative. Creative is the outcome. See that now it is not very difficult. You know why? Because we are familiar with the passage. We have already solved some questions. We know the passage well, so we can easily answer. Let's go on. Next we've got paragraph D for doctor. And by the way, paragraph D is the last paragraph on title page. I think D is not there. Write D over there. If it is not written, is it written or not? No, please write it. Title page, after C, there is D paragraph. Okay, now let's see. Psychologist John Eastwood at York University in Toronto, Canada, isn't convinced. If you are in a state of mind wandering, you are not bored, he says. In my view, by definition, boredom is an undesirable state. That doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't adaptive. He says pain is adaptive. If we didn't have physical pain, bad things would happen to us. Does that mean that we should actively cause pain? No, but even if boredom has evolved to help us survive, it can still be toxic. So let's see. That's right. Potential danger arising from boredom. And what is that potential danger? It can be toxic. Yeah. Yeah, that potential danger is it can be toxic if allowed to fester. Please come to next page. So potential danger is it allowed to fester. Eastwood's central feature of boredom is a failure to put our attention system, and then they talk about other stuff here. Okay, do one thing. Please come to second page, and we've got this second last paragraph, second last line. Says Eastwood. Found it? Second page, first paragraph, second last line. Says Eastwood repeatedly, failing to engage attention can lead to a state where we don't know what to do anymore and no longer care. Now that is dangerous, right? We don't know what to do anymore and we no longer care. Now, which heading is left? Which question is left? 18 and 19. Okay. Please come to paragraph E. Eastwood's team is now trying to explore why the attention system fails. It's early days, but they think that at least some of it comes down to personality. Boredom proneness has been linked with a variety of traits. People who are motivated by pleasure seem to suffer particularly badly. Now people, that is example of people who suffer badly. People who are motivated by pleasure seem to suffer particularly badly. Other personality traits such as curiosity are associated with the high boredom threshold. So one, people with which are motivated by pleasure. Second, people who are curious. Okay, and if you go on, I'm reading on. after curiosity are associated with a high boredom threshold. More evidence that boredom has detrimental effects comes from studies of people who are more or less prone to boredom. So they are talking about people who are likely to be affected by boredom. Now tell me, which heading is that? Identifying those most affected by boredom. That's right. For question number 18, correct answer is heading number 8. And next we've got question number 19. So let's go on. Paragraph F. And by the way, when you do list of headings, there is another tip. Start with the shortest paragraph. For example, paragraph F is short. You can start from paragraph F, write the answer, and then you can move on to the second shortest paragraph and third one and all that. Psychologist Francois Wimsfelder speculates that our over-connected lifestyle might even be a new source of boredom in modern human society. We read it already. We found one answer. There is a lot of overstimulation, but still a lot of problems finding meaning. She says, so instead of seeking yet more mental stimulation, perhaps we should leave our phones alone and use boredom to motivate us to engage with the world in a more meaningful way. Third, a new explanation and a new cure. Now the cure is this: perhaps we should leave our phones alone and use boredom to motivate us. That is cure. And what is explanation? Yeah, explanation is there is a lot of overstimulation, but still a lot of problems. In modern human society, there is a lot of overstimulation, but still a lot of problems. So question number 19, paragraph F, correct answer is heading number 3, and you will cross it as well. Right? Yeah.